I am in Barnsdale, a lovely boutique hotel in the wonderful Rutland countryside. I've never been here before. It's my first time and I'm already in love. I will definitely find reasons to come back. And I would like to apologise for standing in front of the architecture throughout this video. Also, I am awkwardly holding this lav mic because I have unfortunately lost the clip to it. So I'll have to buy some more. So throughout this video I'll just be holding this. Also, I'm a wired person rather than a wireless. Just preference really. But maybe I will invest in wireless mics if they prove to be better and more convenient. Anyways, title of this video, robotic affirming is not a way of living. Sorry. It truly isn't. I mean, just before I even try and justify it, just think of the word robotic affirming. The word robotic, emphasis, robotic. It just takes us away from our natural selves instantly. We are not meant to be robots. We are not meant to be machines repeating the same line of code every day as if our brains are computers. We are so much more intelligent and wonderful and more cosmic in this intelligent universe that we are part of. So I instantly disagree with this modern technique. I am not to say that it doesn't work, but I do hold a different interpretation of why some people might think it works. So in my experience, I've tried many modern manifestation techniques in my exploration, and I'm still exploring them. I believe I found the core, well, in my own perspective, the core thing that works for me, which is the state of being and embodying a version, a character of myself. But with robotic affirming, I have not heard a story where in the midst of actually robotically affirming, the reflected reality came true in that moment. We have not been robotically affirming throughout our whole lives, focusing on one thought. The idea of this game that we're playing and the way that we have been designed, our conscious minds, is that we can have so many thoughts flow through us. And I know for overthinkers that might be a horrible experience, especially when you feel like you might not be able to control it. And I have done a video about how to detach and observe from these thoughts. But once you actually do detach and know how to utilize this, having so many thoughts in your head is actually a wonderful sign that you are really in tune with this intelligent universe. You are receiving. You are in receiving mode, not trying to achieve or trying to get as if you're out of place from what you already desire. The whole point, in the Bible that is regurgitated a lot, believe you already have it and it will be done upon to you. I have paraphrased it here a bit. But those were the words of Jesus Christ. So when you're robotically affirming, yes, you are thinking of a thought, but no one's truly thinking of a thought in a sentence constantly like a robot for it to be so natural to them. And I understand the technique in the sense that you are, in a way, it's a rehearsal technique. You're repeatedly saying something until you become that character. And when you do it like that, that is fine if it works for you, if it's your way, then no one is to tell you any different because that's authentic to who you are. But it's just still not something I encourage. I think the ultimate goal is to breathe, to manifest, which is a video that I strongly resonate and really advocate as the core foundation of manifesting. And I know in an overline view, to breathe, to manifest, you're thinking, what? There's something else I have to do. But it's truly when you're in your present moment, you've regulated your breathing, your nervous system, you're absorbing everything around you as being a part of the painting, being part of the world and the scenery, the atmosphere, but not just being a part of it. You are it, within it, you're around it, it's around you. It's just everywhere, everything, all at once type of presence. That is when you can then send even the slightest intention done in one thought and it ripples throughout this intelligent cosmos and universe, and that's when your reality reflects out of you. It is your state of being. Now, there is a huge difference between robotic affirming and utilizing the power of repetition to remind yourself of who you are or the character that you want to be. Very big difference, because when you are robotically affirming, you are prioritizing this one desire, this one, however big or small it is, as if everything in your life is being put on the sidelines and you cannot progress until that one desire is true. And it sort of defeats the purpose of having that state of consciousness being abundant, because you are abundant and limitless in your core essence of presence. And the way I see it, robotic affirming, I tried for 3 days. It was like a hyped technique maybe a few months ago. I cannot remember, but it was like, if you do it for 3 days, then on the 4th day it will come. So I tried it, just skeptical, not thinking about too much of it, and it was a specific desire, and it reflected back. But it reflected on the 4th day because I literally let go of robotically affirming. Arguably, people can say that, I rehearsed myself until I believed to be the character that I was. But truly, it was the moment of letting go. You could skip those 3 days of robotically affirming and just be that character now. And then have those reflections. And I've experienced that too, where I've made an intention, and it has come within 20 seconds or even 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. It depends on the intensity, but not of a forced effort, of a natural effort, as well as detachment. With robotic affirming, it always comes when you're detached. You can be attached to an idea of a thought and repeatedly, out of fear or out of love, perpetuate it in your mind, but that is you creating a story of your character. That is not the magic wand to manifest things into your reality. And it's quite, because everything is so perceptive, and open to perspectives, it's quite hard to cover all situations or all scenarios regarding this. So if anyone has any questions of, but this works from robotic affirming, etc., then please comment, and I will try my best to kind of dissolve them. I can't cover everything in this because I cannot know all perspectives on this. Presence is key. Repetition is powerful. Utilize it when you need the reminder. In the Qur'an, God says, remember me and I will remember you. God heard you the first time when you put your intention out. You do not need to convince him or it or the creator, the universe, whatever you believe in. That repetition is for your little me, your ego. It is essentially for your ego. And there are so many ways you can bypass the ego. The core ways through breathing and observing. And so it's learning to accept circumstances, accept whatever's in your current present moment, and living through it, but still being the character that you want to be. It truly is as simple. I cannot think of different ways to say the core root of manifestation, which is to be. In the Qur'an, it says that in the creation, I believe it was within 7 days. I will have to double check that. But God said, be, and it is. I couldn't think of anything more simpler. How can we as the human race have overcomplicated this throughout history? It's just as simple as being, and it already is. Do not look outside of you. You don't have to repeatedly affirm, and it can be so mentally draining as well, because you're obstructing. The video cut off again. I don't know why it's doing this. I need to check on that. But when you're focusing and pushing through one thought into your stream of consciousness throughout the day, you are blocking yourself from receiving so many intuitive thoughts that might lead you to go to a place and you meet someone and then they might give you that job offer you wanted, or you're living. It's stopping you from living. I don't know how else to explain this. And I've seen on YouTube these saturation methods, techniques, where you just sit in a room and you just robotically affirm for so many hours, and it's like you're putting everything in your life on pause, you're stopping yourself from actually living and experiencing life and so many wonderful things to go about and do to keep yourself busy throughout the day. But you're just locked in a room, or you're locked in a confined area, and you're just brute forcing this one desire. This does not show abundance. It is from a place of lack and, to some extent, fear ultimately. And I really do not advocate for this. And so I hope I've made this video really clear on where I stand with robotic affirming. It's not that it doesn't work to a certain extent, but it's always after you've done the affirming that your desire shows up, because you actually made the decision and let go. It's not because you actually did the affirming throughout so many times, and then you will build up a belief that you have to affirm for 3 days or affirm 10,000 times on a counter just to achieve something big or small. It's all perceptive to you. That is not true divine power within us that God had allowed us to experience. Free will and imagination with the presence of being. Be and it is. And I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you don't feel like you have to rely on these techniques and all these external circumstances outside of you to truly live the life that you want to live. You already are it. You just have to continuously stand firm that you are the character that you wish to be, and it will reflect, I promise. And with that, I would like to end my video with my disclaimer that I am by no means claiming that I am knowledgeable in everything, except that I am in the humble pursuit of wisdom. If you haven't watched Breathe, You Only Need to Breathe to Manifest Your Desires, I really recommend watching it, because it's truly all you need. All my subsequent videos are just debunking different myths and just maybe exploring some techniques as a reminder, but it's not your lifeline. It's not your crutch, okay? It's all within you. Be it, because it already is. Thank you so much for watching. For those that have been recently joining, thank you so much. I do offer one-to-one mentoring. If you'd like, all my links are in the description. And with that, take much care. Thank you.